Shalom, giving all glory, honor, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. The honors are going out to the venerable apostles of the great millstone, along with the elders and bishops who rule well. Salutations, peace, and blessings to the Most High Powers elect. By after Wadah, which is the house of David, is being raised up in these last days, beginning with his servants, the prophets, the men of the Lord, the 144,000 governing body, on down to every last man, woman, and child who believed. I report. I'm Shamar of the Men of Valor South Carolina camp. And this is gonna be a real quick video. I was watching the Elder Apostle Gobar. He did a video, and his page is Daily Edification 4. All right, you should already be subscribed, but if you're not already subscribed, do it. All right. He did this video called "I Was in the Spirit on the Lord's Day." In-depth looks like at Revelation chapter 1, verse 10. And it was the title that got me. And actually, he was speaking on a video that the Elder Apostle Tahar had done. So basically, he was, talking about that as well, and mentioned Emperor Constantine and all that. So, but again, the title caught me because I spent years in a Baptist whorehouse, all right, aka Baptist church, and as he said in his video, the way the Christian pastor always talked about Revelation chapter 1 verse 10, they always called the Lord's Day, they called it Sunday. All right. And the apostle was going into how, obviously in ancient Israel, I mean, the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, didn't name the days of the week. He numbered them, right? So you got day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, rest. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, rest. All right, that seventh day is a Sabbath, right? Ain't no damn Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right, Sunday. All right. So, but we live in Esau's kingdom. This is his world. Esau. Starting with the elites of Edom. The Jewish international banking families. All right, the Mount of Esau, Edom. And what did the Bible say about these Edomites? It says a lot about them. That Daniel's the 7th chapter. I believe it's verse 25. That you would think to change times and laws. We're under this this Julian Gregorian calendar. Okay. It also said that that this whole thing would be turned upside down, and he's done that. He's turned everything upside down. He turned everything all the way upside down. It can't get any more upside down than it is under this wicked man's rule. All right, Isaiah. One more page over. Isaiah chapter 29 verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. See, he turned everything upside down, man. For shall the work say of him that made it, he hath made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he hath no understanding? Right. So, again, there was no such thing as Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right, that's something he made up. All right, and the Lord's Day is the Sabbath. All right, now the apostle made a comment in the video. You can go watch the video. I'm not going to play it. Where he was talking about one of the days of their week going back to the moon, the worshiping of the moon. So I went to a website, and I'll pull it up here in a second. And I've done this before in the past, and this has all been done before. But you know what? It's good to do refresher courses. We need them, man, because we ain't perfect. We need refresher courses. I've gone into the days of the week before and what they go back to. All right. But anyways, I left this comment on the video. Tuesday, right? So Tuesday, because he mentioned Tuesday as being the day of the moon, right? I spelled out what Tuesday goes back to, right? And then Monday goes back to the day of the moon. And then he replied back, you know, he made this comment. He says, seems like Monday and Tuesday was named after the worshiping of the moon, right? And he put in that comment, which kind of lined up with mine. Nonetheless, right? This is the website. I can leave a link in the description if you want to, because again, this is 101 stuff right here. This is 101 stuff right here. What these days go back to. Bottom line, Sunday, which was the focus of his lesson. Sunday goes back to the worship of the sun, right? And when did that all start? In this era, you got to go back to 325 AD with Constantine. And what was Constantine? Constantine was a Jake. Constantine was an Israelite, man. Now, hundreds of years later, what happened? Esau hijacked the Bible. Okay. They took over the Roman Catholic Church. And they told you simple ass so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, who are the Lord's people, along with you Israelite foreigners, to get in that church house on Sunday. But what you're doing is you ain't worshiping the S-O-N. You sure as hell ain't worshiping Yahweh Shai. You're worshiping the S-U-N. Christianity is nothing but a sun worship. All right? And it's in the scriptures. Yes. And guess who was doing it? Jake. Like I said, go to 325. Look up the Council of Nicaea, Emperor Constantine. All right. And that's when this tradition began. All right. It's a tradition of man. It has nothing to do with the Bible. Okay. Constantine was wicked. All right. And Ezekiel, all right, through the Spirit, when he was exiled in Babylon from, he was there for 22 years roughly, from 593 AD to 571 AD. He wrote about wicked ass Jake, the son, and a pagan god named Tammuz. That's what Jesus Christ goes back to. If you trace it back to Babylon, it's Tammuz. If you trace it all the way back to ancient Egypt, he's Horus. Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, he was known as Mithra. He was known as Serapis Christus. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it all goes back to ancient Egyptian pagan sun worship. Right? Let's read about it. It's like I had it pulled up. Yep. Ezekiel the 8th chapter, and I'm going to start in verse 9. And he said unto me, go in and behold the wicked abominations that they do here. So I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things and abominable beasts and all the idols of the house of Israel portrayed upon the wall round about. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel, and in the midst of them stood Zephaniah, Slakia, not Zephaniah, not Zephaniah. This is that 1611. English. Salakia. All right. Verse 11 from the top again. It says, and there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel, and in the midst of them stood Jaazaniah, all right, the son of Shaphan, with every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? And that's just it. You people think you're doing things in the dark. You never read the scripture that says, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. All right. He sees what you're doing in the dark, man. He sees what all of y'all are doing in the dark. He sees what the wicked of our people are doing in the dark, thinking they're being hidden away. And he sees what you elites are doing in the dark. All right. In your secret council halls. All right. He's privy to all of that, man. You don't do anything without him knowing about it and seeing it, man. All right. It says, every man in the chambers of his imagery, for they say, the Lord Yahweh seeth us not. The Lord hath forsaken the earth. Verse 13. Oh, and that's the mindset of a lot of our people these days too, man. They hell, when I was growing up, ain't no Jake was an atheist, man. You never met a Jake who was an atheist. I don't care what tribe you were talking about. Because the Latin tribes, they all up into in the Catholic Church. And I was raised in the Catholic Church, But today, Jake's turned atheist, man. Jake's looking for salvation in a fucking ear loop mask and a jab. Verse 13. He said also unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations that they do. All right. Verse 14, and I'm going to go down to 16. It says, then he brought me to the door, the gate of the Lord's Yahweh's house, which was toward the north. And behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz. And that's what a lot of you Jake women are doing. Every Sunday in that whorehouse, you are weeping for Tammuz. You ain't worshiping Yahushai. Again, they just pasted Jesus Christ's name on these false gods. Trace it all the way back to ancient Egypt, not to be repetitive. All right. Then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. Verse 16, and he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's Yahweh's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord Yahweh, between the porch and the altar were about 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of the Lord Yahweh, and their faces toward the east, and they worshipped the what? Sun. They worshiped the sun toward the east. So you link Tammuz with the worshiping of the sun. Same way you link Jesus Christ with the worshiping of the sun. You Christians, y'all aren't doing anything new. Again, you can go back further than Constantine. Go all the way back to Ezekiel's day. And even further than that, go all the way back to ancient Egypt. They was worshiping the S-U-N. And the Lord specifically, which the apostle mentioned in the video, I believe it's Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter and the 19th verse. The Lord said not to worship the sun, moon, and stars. You worship the one who made those things. You worship the creator, not the created. All right. But anyway, yeah, man, you Christians, y'all are finished. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of damned sun worshipers. All right. Lord willing, you was edified by this quick lesson. With that, I want to say shalom.